A Java program would contain a class and a main method with some statements inside it. Everything in Java must be inside the class. The program is saved with .java extension. In this program, we declare the variable index and num to use to print in. Index and num. It begins execution from the main method where it prints out enter 10 integers. On the next line of the program, from lines 10 to 13, from lines 10 to 13, this is where I put the for loop condition and inserted a variable inside of the for loop. For the output of line 8, we added a concatenation to execute the loop. The next sequence is where the navigation display condition is held. Line 15 to line 44. From line 15 to line 44. First, we declare the variable for the char option, small and capital letter A. Output and use them for a loop. Inside the for loop, we added the x variable and added a concatenation for the loop. On the next lines of the code, we use the switch case to select one of many code blocks for execution. We used it for the output of display even index, display odd index, descending order, and then ascending order. The next is the print-in of the display numbers. Here it is. The display numbers, where the user will choose what the program will do. It either displays the values of even indexes, display the values of odd indexes, display the values in ascending order, or display the values in descending order.
Next is the condition for the descending order. Starting in the line 54, inserted the for loop and if statement for the output. Inside the for loop, we inserted the z variable and added a concatenation for the loop. We use if statement to decide whether a certain statement or block of statement will be executed or not. If a certain condition is true, then a block of statement is executed, otherwise not. Next is the ascending order, where I use the same for loop and if statement inside loop for loop inserted program with outer index variable and added a concatenation for the loop. Next, inside the if statement, we inputted inner index and outer index and compare whether it is greater than or less than.
This is Leland H. Alba continuing the explanation. So, restating again, we use the for loop to efficiently write a loop that executed a specific number of times. Next is the condition for play output, play odd index, play even index. In the display output, we used a for loop, executed the program, and added a concatenation for the loop with play output. Next, in the system that out that print for the output to be shown. In the display add index, we use the for loop again with the program inside almost same with the display output with a different used variable. Next is the system that out that print for the output to be shown and added a concatenation for the lastly we have the display even index. Here I used a for loop and inserted a program inside but with a different variable. Next is the system out that print again and where uh, put the output is shown and added a concatenation. And that's all.
My name is Jason Frias and I'll be focusing my discussions on line 1 to 27. When the code is compiled and run, it will enter the main method found in line 8. The code at line 10 uses an array list named winNum to store the number to win the lotto. It is possible to use the array list because of the import statement found in the line 1. The code on line 1 instantiates random num from the random class, even when there is no separate .java class where the random class is defined. It is possible to use it because it's a standard library imported at line 3. On lines 13 to 20, you may find a for loop that has a nested while loop inside. The for loop is programmed to repeat the while loop 6 times, and the code inside the while loop will continue to execute as long as it is true. Inside the while loop, the random integers generated are limited to the numbers from 1 to 42 to satisfy the conditions of the program to mimic the 642 lotto, which selects 6 winning numbers out of 42 possible numbers. The winning numbers are then displayed to the output device of the user because of line 21. In the succeeding parts of the code, another array list called assumed num is created to store the numbers you get from the user. Here we store the numbers they have chosen to bet on for the lottery. In line 24, the user is prompted with a message to enter 6 numbers that are only within the range of 1 to 42. The numbers inputted by the user are accepted by the program because of line 26, where the scanner class was instantiated. It is possible to use this class because it is imported at line 4.
Good day, everyone. My name is Dr. Borday. On the line 28 to 45, there is a for loop that iterates 6 times because we need 6 input numbers from the user. And for every iteration, the user is shown with an update list of the chosen number. Because of line 29, in the line 30, there is a while loop that repeats the loops as long as it is true. Inside this, there is a try-catch exception that allows the program to continue running even if a user enters a number that's not within the allowable 1 to 42 range. The try block is tried first and completes the process without any problem. The user ends at the 6 chosen numbers. On the other hand, the fetch statement is for numbers format exception, which generally gives the user a prompt or message that they have chosen number out of the allowable range, so they must provide a new one that satisfies this condition. On the line 46 to 50, the user is able to see the winning numbers, the numbers they have chosen, and matches. The match number, depending on match numbers, there will be congratulation message for winning the lottery. A user can win up to 9 million pesos if all numbers are matched.